Hi everyone, this is Next Signature. In today's tutorial, I'll be teaching you how to make this simple gown. It has pleats at the bottom. If this is something you're interested in, please stay to the end of the video. It is very easy to make and I'm going to give you step-by-step guide on how to achieve this beautiful gown. If you can sew it for a little child and you can sew it for adults. So it's a style that fits both adults and children. So we'll go straight to the drafting of this beautiful gown. So before we draft it, if you are new to my channel and you are yet to subscribe, please go and click on the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so that you don't get to miss out in any of my video. Do also drop your comment in the comment section and share this video link on your social media platform, and also give this video a thumbs up. So let's go straight to the drafting. This is the fabric that I'll be using for this tutorial. So I'll be using this beautiful Ankara print. It's a little bit pattern and pattern. You can see the pattern on one side and another pattern at the other side. So I'll be using it for this tutorial. I folded the fabric into four, as you can see. I folded it into four. So I'm going to use the side that there's no slit at all for the drafting of this um, gown. If you look at this gown has two segments. It has the upper part, which is a little bit high above the knee. Then you have the lower part where you see the pleats. So you measure your client, either you measure from the shoulder down to the top of the knee, or you measure from the shoulder on top of the knee. It all depends on you, but it will be more beautiful if it is on top of the knee or 2 inches above the knee. That's for the first segment. Okay, so I went ahead to take the first segment of this gown. So I also measured it, the wideness, if it will be able to take the hip measurement of my client. After confirming the measurement, I went ahead to remove the part that I don't need for the drafting of this gown. So the next thing I'm going to do, I will go straight to the measurement. So you need your hip measurement, your waist measurement, your bust measurement. Okay, then the length of the gown. So when you're measuring the length, the head from the shoulder, sorry, down to the like 2 inches or 3 inches above the knee. Then from there you can take the pleat measurement down to wherever you want. So what I'm going to do at this starting point is to measure the shoulder. I've taken the shoulder measurement. Then I'll also take the neck measurement also, since it's a child's measurement, sorry, child that I'm sewing this dress for. I'll go ahead and take the neck circumference as 2 inches, but this child I'm sewing for is of a bigger size. So I went to take the back neckline depth as 1.5. That's for the back neckline depth. So for the front neckline depth, I'm going to take it as 3 inches. That's for the front. So remember, this fabric is folded into four and I'm cutting both the back and the front together. I hope you understand. So that's why I took the front neck and the back neck together. So when cutting it, that's when I'm going to differentiate it. I'm going to remove the back from the front. So at the shoulder, I'm going to come down by just half an inch. Okay, I'm just come down by half an inch. From that half an inch, I went down with the armhole measurement, which is 6 inches. So I'm going to take the shoulder measurement at this the armhole depth, which is automatically our chest line. So I'm going to take the same measurement I took at the shoulder at the chest line. Okay, so that's for that. So I make sure that it aligns with the shoulder measurement. So the next thing I'm going to do is to just mark out the hip measurement, the waist measurement. So remember, this a child, little girl's dress. Okay, so the waist will no longer be 16, 17. It will no longer fall in that place. So I'm using 14 for the waist of the child. That's the from the shoulder to where the waist it is just 14. Okay, so for the bust, I divided it by 4, then I went ahead to add 2 inches allowance. Okay, so I will do the same for the waist, but for the waist part I'm not really going to take the waist measurement. I'm going to take the bust measurement, then I'll just remove half an inch from the bust measurement, then I'll just mark it down there. So if the bust measurement, maybe after adding my sewing allowance, is 20, is okay, maybe 10, for the waist I'm just going to do 9.5. Okay, so for the hip I went ahead to also divide it by 4, add my sewing allowance, which is 2 inches, because this dress is a free dress. So I'll go ahead and just trim it, sorry, connect the line down to the end of the dress. Okay, so just go ahead and do that. Then I'll also curve the armhole. When you look at the armhole now, I've not curved it, so I'll go ahead and also curve it perfectly. Okay, that is for that. And I'll also go ahead and cross check the length of this first segment, if it aligns with what I measured. But if it did not align, I'll go ahead and remove. I have cut it out, and this is the back. And I also went ahead to cut lining. Sorry, the video I recorded for the cutting of the lining and the side of the dress, there was error, so I couldn't edit it at all. It was just giving me problems, so sorry about that. So this is the back part of the dress, the back part of the dress. So I placed the lining on the back part, so there is a button. So for the, because of the button, that's why you are going to follow this line and you're going to sew the way you are seeing it. Okay, so this is the front. I'll just go ahead and place the front lining on it, and I'll go ahead and sew also at the neck. After sewing it, and I'll show you how it looks like. Okay, so this is how it looks like after sewing. So this is the back. No, I told you to sew like 3 inches deep into it. You know, I drew it with the chalk. That was what I demonstrated. Just on my video, I don't know, it was just showing error. Okay, so I went ahead to notch the neckline like so. Also, this for the back. I sewed inside, or I cut inside, because I'm going to put button at the neckline at the back. So what I forgot to also tell you is that you need to sew your armhole. There's no sleeve, so you seal your armhole. Just sew it the way you are sewing the neck. So just sew the armhole along. So by the time you turn it, it will look something like this. Okay, this is how it's going to look like, something like this. So I'll just go and use iron and bring out the shape so that you'll be able to see it well. So that's for the back. This for the back. So for the front, I'll also go ahead and notch the neckline. So by the time you notch it, it will help your neckline lay flat. Okay, go ahead and notch the armhole also, so that by the time you turn it, it will no longer bulge out, or the lining will not be showing. It will just stay in its position. Okay, so that's for the back and the front bodies. So this is how it looks after giving it a good press. Can you see? It came out really, really beautiful. So look at the back part of it. This is the front, sorry, is the back part I showed you the first time. So this is the front, and you can see how beautiful it is, and this is the back piece. So I'll go ahead and sew the side. I'm going to join the lining and the fabric together at the side. I'll also do that for the front also. So after sewing that, what you will do now is to join the shoulders, the shoulder. You can see that I put my hand inside the lining. Can you see? So watch closely how I'm going to join the shoulder neatly, because I don't want any the seam allowance to be showing outside. So you can see how I did it. So you can go ahead and do that also. So what you are going to do now is to bring it out. Ensure you don't turn it anyhow. It's just straight, the edge to the edge. Can you see? Then place it on your sewing machine, edge to edge. You can pin edge to edge, place it on your sewing machine like so. Then you gently sew it. As you are sewing, you turn gently, don't have to rush. Then sew, you turn, sew, you turn, sew, you turn. Do not rush it, okay? So gently. Then after that, you can sew the other shoulder also, okay? So when sewing this, you have to be careful. If not, you're going to lose it again if you don't sew it well. So this is how it looks after sewing. Can you see that it is neat? Can you see this is the wrong side of the fabric? Or can you see the lining? There's no seam showing, okay? So that's the good part of this type of a shoulder turning, okay? So I went ahead to also sew the side like I told you. So this is how it looks after uh, joining the side on to the lining. So what I'm going to do now is to measure the down part, how wide it is, okay? How wide it is, I'm going to measure the down part. Okay, so I'm just trying to confirm the length of the first segment. So I've gotten the length, so I'm going to minus it from the major length. So if the length is 28 and I use 20 for the first segment, it means the pleat is going to take 8 inches. So I will go ahead and measure 9.5 inches, because I'm going to sew at the top and also fold at the bottom. I'll be using this fabric, this other parts, it is pattern and pattern with different colors. Okay, so I will be using this fabric. Remember, we measured the wideness of the bottom of the hem of the gown, so we are going to just cut times 3 of it. Okay, if your fabric is much, you can cut times 4. So it was 20 inches wide. So when I measured this fabric is on fold, can you see? So it is 30. So it all together is 60. So for the front, I'm going to go ahead and cut out this. So I told you, since the length is 8 inches, I'm going to make it 9.5, because I'm going to join at the top and also fold the hem. Okay, so I'm go ahead and cut the 9 inches down. So I'll measure take the measurement 9 inches or 9.5 inches all the way around. Remember, the fabric is on fold like I told you, and what I'm cutting now is just from one part. At least if it's the front, it's just the front part, just what I'm going to pleat at the front. Okay, so I'll go ahead and cut this one. By the time I cut this one, I'm going to place this one on the other side to cut the back part of it. It's still the same thing. You can also fold it into 4 immediately and cut. Okay, so this is how I went ahead to cut it. If you have not subscribed to my channel, do well to subscribe and drop your comment in comment section. So this is how it looks after cutting. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to pleat this on the down part of the first segment of the gown. So I'm just going to show you how it is. So I'll go ahead and fold the upper parts into 2 like so. The bodies, I'll go ahead and notch the middle. I'll also fold this long piece into 2 and notch the middle part of it. I'll spread it open, then go ahead and also place it on top of this after spreading the piece open. Okay, so I'll place it on top of it, and I'm going to pin it down. So since I couldn't get my pin is not handy, so I'll just go ahead and use the scissors to hold it down. So just go ahead and pleat it like so. So pinning it at the middle to middle will help you distribute the pleat evenly. So one side of pleat will not be bigger than one side. You know that this side you need to exhaust it for this side. So that's what we are going to do. We're going to pleat it for the back, and we're going to pleat for the front. So this is how it looks after pleating. Can you see? It is very beautiful, and my dress really came out beautiful. Can you see how it looks? Perfect. Okay, that's the back, and look at it, there's the front. Okay, so